Hey out there, admins, how we doing today? Coming to you from the road today. Been on the road already this week, and so I was a little late getting this video out and weekly stats as well. Had a few issues we had to take care of. Um, so we are getting to the end of the Moose year. We are only got a few weeks left, and we know that things get busy this time of year. We already, most of us are in the either in the right in the middle of elections, or we just had them, and we still have installations to go. So let's not forget that that's a process, but we need to be looking on the horizon, the things that are coming up. We always know that about this time of year, usually it's about mid-April, that Moose International sends out the Lodge Safety Inspection Form, and that's to be filled out inside of LCL Web by administrators. Um, but again, when it comes to work, doesn't mean you have to do it all. In LCL under there, quite often I have problems with administrators that get in there and they try to fill it out online, or they're online and then they're trying to see what the next section is, and they go and look at wherever they need to look at in the lodge, then come back and try to report it. That will lock you out after a little bit of time. I think it's an hour, maybe even a little more than an hour. But people, if it locks you out and you haven't saved your information, it is not gonna. It's not gonna save what you already done, and you've done all that work for nothing. So two things. When that comes available, go online, print that out, and then look at it and use that printout to go do the work. Also, you don't have to necessarily do all of that work yourself. Give that paper over to your trustees and let them go check for the slip, trips, and falls and the emergency lights. Let them do that work. It gives them investment in the lodge, and it helps you out a little bit. Some things you're going to have to get on there because it's going to have to ask for, your insurance policies and things like that. And you need to make sure that you guys have your insurance policies, the correct ones, correct dates, and the correct numbers. Because again, when we come to do lodge surveys later on in the late spring, we're going to be checking those, and those numbers need to match up. So you need to make sure you have the right information in there. Also, that we're coming up to the end of the year, that means that we need to make sure we're getting Heart of the Community reports filled out. We have a few new administrators. That's also on LCL, so we need to make sure that we're putting in what charities we're helping out, whether it be Moose Charities and Endowment, whether you're doing something locally, you need to make sure you're entering those numbers in. Also, May 1st starts the new Moose year. What does the new Moose year allow you to start doing on May 1st? You need to start working on your 990s. This process is not that complicated. Most lodges are using CPAs, but you have to have your information into QuickBooks and have it ready for them to prepare. If you're doing it on your own, again, that's fine. We have a few lodges doing that. But we need to start May 1st, and there's no excuse. No excuse for filing this extension come September. We have May, June, July, August to get that done. You have 4 months to get it prepared. Don't wait until the end of August for September to try to turn it over for a CPA and then make them file for an extension. First of all, they file for an extension, and all that does is give them till March of the following year. And this year, we've still had CPAs turn it in late, and the lodge has to pay penalties because it didn't get turned in time. There is no sense for this. So when we are doing lodge surveys in a couple of months, I'm going to be on the lodges very diligently, making sure where we're at in the process of filing this. If you have a CPA and they say, well, we can't get to it until August, you need to find a new CPA, because there's no sense, because the 990s with the proper information inputted into QuickBooks only takes a couple of hours to do. Takes a CPA less than 30 to 45 minutes to do that. So there's no reason for them putting it off till the end of August into September. Again, beginning of the year, we're looking at retention, so we need to make sure we're looking at those weekly stats, and we need to see where we're at to try to get +1 for the year. Again, most lodges are doing something out there. Usually it's the administrator, but again, you can use a retention team, and I know that's easier said than done to find sometimes, but you may be able to find that one person who will send out postcards or make phone calls. But the most basic thing, and I absolutely say this is the easiest thing to do, and I don't see one lodge doing it when I go in, take that expired list to your board and have them make one phone call before the meeting. If you have a full board of 8 or 9 people, that's 8 or 9 people you're contacting at least twice a month. That's almost 20 people. You don't have to get a hold of them and have a conversation with them. If you get a phone number and they goes to answering machine, leave a message. It's as simple as that, and we're not doing that. So we need to make sure we're doing that. Also, one last mention. We are having a membership workshop in Linton on April 23rd. It's going to start at 10 a.m. and wrap up at 2 o'clock. It'll probably be done before 2 o'clock. There will be a free lunch provided by the Indiana Moose Association. Any member can go to this, so please share this with your membership. We sent out an email last week. Please let your officers know about this. Again, we ask that you pre-register by emailing me just to letting me know so we can get kind of a head count for food and materials. But this workshop will just help show some stats from what former members are saying, some ideas of what we can do in lodges to increase membership, everything from activities to cleaning the lodge up and things like that. But it's got a lot of interesting information, and again, that's for anybody, from administrators and presidents all the way down to brand new members or members that have been around for 30 years. Doesn't matter. It's a free workshop, so please consider attending. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good week. Take care. Bye.